Hello everybody, welcome again to my channel, Saga Prison Stories. And before we carry on, I would urge you to subscribe to our channel, like, share, comment, and remember to press the notification button so that when we produce any other new video, you'll be the first one to know.
Hello guys, my name's Robi Lusanji and we want to take you through Saga Prison Stories. Welcome.
Today, we are going to talk about the court process from remand prison. We were at Langata and till you get to the court. So in the morning, we wake up to the porridge and then one goes to the store to collect their belongings because you're not allowed to have any belonging in the cell. They are kept somewhere in the store near the duty officer's office, and once you take them, you carry everything that you came in with as a remandee, because when you go to court, there are chances that you may be released. There are also chances that you may come back, depending on the weight of your case. Sometimes some people are given bonds, so they are able to pay and they don't come back. Now, from the prison to the court, we used to use the Mariamu then, and as I said before, it was a very uncomfortable vehicle. Most of the time, the remandees were not allowed to sit. The seats were meant for the wardresses. I think basically because it was a small van then. So it was a very uncomfortable journey from remand to the court. Once you get there, of course, you are light and you get into the cells. The cells were very dingy, very dark, sometimes very dirty, and with poor lighting, completely, almost no light at all. You have to wait there until your turn to get into the courtroom. My first experience in the courtroom, I had never been to a courtroom before. I had never imagined I would be there. It had been very, very scary. Having what I had done, being exposed to the scrutiny of all, was quite embarrassing. Very embarrassing to say the least. But here I was, in front of the judge, with many other people in the courtroom. I think some were lawyers. I had not seen my lawyer because the police had lied to my people. So they were waiting for me at the High Court. I was in Kibera. I had no way of informing them because I had no phones. My lawyer had also gone to the High Court. So I found myself in Kibera Court all alone. By the time they checked round, or by the time I was able to access a phone, time had really gone. I had found some guys from committee along the queue, and of course, people get talking and asking what crime you had committed, why you were there, and they had scared me stiff because they told me the courtroom that I was going to, the judge was disaster, that I was going to be sentenced for the rest of my life. And they advised me on what to do. When you go in, say this, say that. And poor me, having known nothing about the process, I followed what I was told because I didn't want to be in prison for the rest of my life. It was the most scaring experience.
Sometimes some people wanakaa remand 2 years, even more than 2 years. Every day you go to court, you come with your luggage, thinking that utawachiliwa. But unfortunately, you go back to Langata again. Because in the morning, we pray that whenever you go to court, you are not supposed to come back. You should go home. But sometimes, you just wonder. Sometimes you give up until some people say that hata wafadhali wanifunge instead of me going to court every day inaenda. Whenever you go to court, wamebadilisha. So you are supposed to go to court 8 and you are in court 2. So your story imebadilishwa by that time. Inabidi urudi Langata ndio uende the other day. And then when you reach to court, and a disaster because mnawekwa kwa cell, black. Maybe your people have come with food to give you, but inakuwa so difficult. hiyo chakula kabla upewe utakaa even 4 hours. It will depend who is there, nani ako kwa mlango. Akiwa mzuri atakufungulia, kama sio mzuri watafukuza watu wako. You will not see them, and that is the only chance you can see either your brother or your children or your family mother, whoever, because Langata watoto hawangeingia. It was so difficult those days. It's not like today. So mtu alikuwa anakaa remand, anaona hata hii miaka imeenda. I know a lady alikaa kwa 5 years, anaenda anarudi mpaka inafika mahali when she comes back it's like you want to cry, all of you in that cell. Unamuuliza what happened, uliambiwa nini, ulienda which court, what is the procedure. So sometimes the way my friend is saying is difficult. Some of us, we didn't have lawyers because maybe we could not afford them, or maybe wengine wanachukua pesa, anaenda mara mbili, ana withdraw case, anakuambia look for another lawyer. So most of the people wenye wako Langata remand wanakuwa na shida kwa sababu wengine hawajui kujieleza kotini. Ni mtu amefungwa, ameshikwa mara ya kwanza, like my friend, unaambiwa tu write this na utawachiliwa, kumbe they are lying to you. They want to jail you. That is a challenge the women in Langata women prison they are having. Even some of them they are not guilty, lakini vile wamefrustratiwa na polisi, useme hivi, polisi anataka kutengeneza upande wake, lakini wako wanataka kuharibia. You see, so when you are there you should be very careful. Ukishikwa, if you know you can afford a lawyer, please call your people. Refuse to talk anything or to say anything. Just tell them I want my lawyer.
Just as my friend has said, there is one thing with our system. When one is arrested, I think it is mandatory that the police tell you your rights. That you have a right to keep quiet, you have a right to call your lawyer, and what you tell them can be used in court against you. Those are things that they will never tell you. I didn't know that either. I just wrote what they told me to write. Of course, I had committed a crime, but I didn't know that I could hold on until my lawyer comes. In fact, I was not even allowed to call the lawyer until I had committed myself in writing what was used to sentence me. And ignorance of the law is so bad. I would urge people out there, even if you don't ever dream to find yourself in a situation like this, it is important that you know what your rights are when it comes to the law. The court process was so frustrating because you might go to a court for a period of 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, and then all of a sudden the magistrate has been transferred. You have to be taken through to a new magistrate who again will start your case from the beginning. There are a lot of ladies whose cases were re-adjourned again because the judge has been moved to a different area. This is very frustrating because consider that the time that one spends in remand prison is not counted when one is sentenced. It goes like that. Yet, as I said in my previous video, once you are in remand, there is no difference between you and one who has been in prison. The only difference is that you don't go to work. You stay in the cells from morning till evening. And you can imagine a cell that probably by 3 or 4 o'clock, you are locked into sleep until the following day. Another interesting thing that I saw or that I experienced, let me call it Langata girls and committee boys. They would meet in the court, and love would be brewed also. I don't know whether it's because of a lot of stress, but there was a lot of letters flying from committee to Langata and vice versa. You would find that these are people who don't even know each other, but they will ask, yule anaitwa nani? Or maybe a lady likes a guy, yule anaitwa nani? Then letters will start being exchanged. Remember, these days, writing was not allowed in prison. no stationery of any kind. But wafungwa ni nani? They would find a way. And letters would still go. And in the evenings, ladies would sit in the cells reading these letters, and they would find that actually one committee boy could have been writing to like 6 ladies. And the literature would be the same. And this kept people moving, kept days moving on, because there was a lot of laughter when they discovered that one boy was writing to 6 or 7 ladies. And it was the same even with the ladies. One lady would write maybe to 5, 6, 10 boys. And I think the joy of just receiving something new from outside kept the ladies really happy. Another thing that I noticed was trying to get food into the cells. We were so anxious to eat chapatis from outside. Because remember the diet that I told you, ugali, beans, sukuma. That was there from Monday to Sunday, from January to December, those days. Probably a piece of meat once or twice a week. And this nyama was such a delicacy. It was just one small piece. And ladies used it. I think it was used for barter trading. Because if you wanted your hair to be done by someone who really knows how to do hair, there was no money then. Nyama yako itaenda. So your hair will be made. If you want somebody probably to give you toothpaste, if you're good in handwork, nashuka watu nywele, napeana nyama, utapata toothpaste.
Okay, uko ukiwa ndani, ukiwa hard working, ungepewa, kuna wengine hawawezi fua, unaona, wengine hawawezi enda kujiletea chakula. So sometimes unamwambia mimi leo I want rice. Maybe mtu alikuwa mgonjwa, amewekwa kwa special diet. Our special diet wanapewa rice. Lakini nyinyi mnapewa ugali every day. Sasa unamwambia today nitakuoshea kunguru, nitakuoshea blankets weekend. Na wewe utanipea mchele nusu na mimi nikukatia ugali nusu. Na mchele yenyewe ukiona my friend, ukiwa raia hiyo mchele huwezi kula. But the mchele was very sweet. Anything in prison ukiwa kama umeishi huko, you feel like that thing is very sweet because make your minds together that food it is very nice. Na wengine walikuwa wanakunywa maziwa, wale wenye wako na ugonjwa ama mtu amezaa, ni kidogo tu, nile tu tamaa. Unaambia mtu leo nita clean every day, kila mtu ako na duty ya ku clean. So hiyo kama mimi nilikuwa na cleania watu karibu 3 kwa wiki, so that upate what you want. Maybe you don't have soap, maybe you don't have toothpaste, maybe umetamani hiyo maziwa, but we thank God kwa sababu tulikuwa na that, tulikuwa tunapewa that mutisha ya kwamba tutaendelea na tunamaliza kifungu.
As I conclude, I would ask you to again subscribe, like, comment, and press the notification button for our next video. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.